sorry, you're good, Leland? My bad. Alex, go ahead.
I guess last week against Duke seemed like you got a bigger opportunity to have more of an impact on the game. Just what was that like to kind of have that opportunity and be ready to step up when your number was called?
Yes, sir. It was great. It was fun to be out there with the guys, and definitely a bit of a conditioning out there. We had to work a little extra hard running last week to lose some weight, but it was a good week, good game. Really proud of the offensive line. The guys up front did a great job, and it was fun just to be out there and be a part of what they did.
Rob.
Coach Key talks about looking for the tight ends to be versatile, with all you have to do. You may be in tight on the line of scrimmage, out wide, shifting, in motion, How were you able to grasp all those things when you first got here?
That's a great question. So I've been with Coach Buster before, so kind of understanding what he wants from a tight end was a crucial part of me coming here and wanting to come here, and what Coach Key wants. And so it's something we work every day. We work all three facets of what our tight ends do every day in practice. And so we have a great staff who teaches us really well. And so being able to do those fundamentals every day, we call them everyday drills. And so doing those every day, especially against guys on our defense, creates a good, I would say, feel for it in the game.
And then big part of that tight end is blocking in the running game, just getting the running game going again this past Saturday against Duke. Just how big was that for y'all confidence-wise?
Oh, man, huge, especially when your head coach is an offensive lineman. That's something you pride yourself on. So being able to get up there and do what we did on the front line was huge. We've been challenging our O-line and our tight ends to do a really good job, and I thought we stepped up to the challenge. And it's an every week basis. So that's in the past. We're looking forward to Saturday.
Your role as a receiver, it looks like you really embrace the contact involved. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, I think when you're in college football for 6 years and you're the grandpa on the team, you kind of know your role. And so that's something I've embraced. That's something I've loved doing. And especially here, this toughness is something we preach. And so being able to be one of the guys that can, back that up is really enjoyable for me.
Like you said, 6th year in college football, it'll come to an end soon. Just talk about how much you're kind of taking in this year and just kind of, being the role as a veteran guy on this team. How big is that for you? That's
a great question, man. Yeah, it's been 6 years. It's flown by, and I'm having an absolute blast this past year being here. The fans, the players, the staff has been absolutely amazing to me. I was just talking to Zach about it the other day, but guys like Zach and even Jackson who came in with me, Haynes, those guys have just been so good to me. And just trying to enjoy every day. I was talking to my wife about it the other day. I was like, man, Saturday was so cool for me because that's the most I've played in 6 years, and that's something I dreamt of. And so I was walking off the field Saturday just trying to enjoy it, man. It's the last year of it, so got to soak it all in.
Rob?
You've played with some winning programs that knew how to win consistently, and that's something that Coach Key talks about a lot here. So how important is that game up in North Carolina going to be, to maybe start that consistent winning?
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be a big game. They got a great defense, great offense, great team, but so do we. And so I think it's going to be a good test for us. But I think every game is a challenge and it brings new challenges. And so for us, we're just kind of head down, trying to focus on what we can do and what we can control.
Anything else? Alex?
I guess talking about North Carolina, it seems like they're coming in, on a bit of a bad stretch. They'll kind of be desperate for win on Saturday. How much are y'all expecting to kind of get their best effort, and kind of how are y'all expecting to counteract that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think when you're at this level of college football, you expect the best from every team every week, and so I think what their past has done doesn't change from how talented they are, and so that's not changing the way that we're preparing. We're preparing to get their best because, they're on scholarship too, and their guys are dudes too, and so we're going to try and just prepare as if they could be 7, 8, and 0, and we're going to prepare the exact same way we would if they were 0 and 8. It doesn't really change how we prepare.
Rob?
You have a pretty experienced group at tight end, with the transfers, but you have a young player amongst that group in Harper. And is he a kid that comes to you and says, "Hey, what would you do in this situation?" That type of thing.
Yeah, that's a great question. Speaking on our room, it's a unique situation because we have 5th and 6th year guys like myself, Brett, Hawes, and you got Jackson Long. You got Josh, you got the 3 young guys in Blake, David, and Luke. And I think all 3 of those young guys have done a phenomenal job of not being afraid to ask questions. Luke will come up to me during practice and say, "Hey, what'd you see here when you did this?" And they do a great job of asking questions, and I think our older guys do a great job of being open and honest with them and giving them feedback and leading them as well.
Anything else? Ryland, thanks.
Cool.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Yes, sir.